Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. So since the last episode, I spread out some more of the foundations around, and I started fiddling with the railings a little bit here. I didn't quite finish, but I started with it a little bit, and I even spread foundations around this way so that I could get at the staircase the wrong way around, or the other way around. So we're here. I put some foundations here as well, thinking that this was probably going to be where the plastic containers are going to get made, the empty ones. Well, yeah. And then I was doing some more testing with the railings, and I found a thing that I don't like. The railings work next to these machines, but only if they're put down, quote, backwards, unquote. That is, normally you put the railing down so that the orange side is facing out. That's because it's being attached. We talked about this a couple episodes ago, but that's because it's being attached to the edge of the foundation here. And if you don't do it that way, then they look goofy like this. But when they're up against the machines, because if you put the machines where I have them, which is right up close to the edge of the foundation, they collide with the railing. And that aggravates me a little bit. Although what I didn't check was, can I put the railing down first and then put the refinery down after? I'm guessing the answer to that question is going to be a resounding no. And it appears to be exactly a resounding no. Because that should be where it goes. And it won't go. So, I guess I probably won't do railings. The other option, of course, would be to... Wrong way around. There it goes. Get it lined up right again. Hope that's right. Yep. The other option would be, of course, to shift these all over by a meter. At least. But then that would require them being too close on this side. Well, they already are too close on this side. But even worse on this side, meaning that they would extend out into here and make me want to either add another row of foundation here or not, and because of that, and make it even worse. So I think I'm just going to not put the railings around the machine areas here, and just put the railings around the edges, just so that we have them there. Let's switch back to toolbar number 1. So let's go ahead and lay out the last dozen or so of machines. I forgot to pull up my cheat sheet. Give me just a second here. Okay, there it is. And, we can get moving. So we need to have 2 of these, obviously, here. And inputs in the middle. So like that. Because the fuel line from way down there is going to come in here in the middle and reach out to both sides to make my life easier instead of having to split the fuel line. 2, 3. See if I can hold down all the buttons here. 4. And 6. That's why I don't use the control alignment so much, because I want to be able to move. And it's hard to move when you're it's hard to hold down shift and control and the arrow key, or the W key rather, and sometimes a or a D in order to strafe. You know how it is. Okay, so we need to have, I think, just aligned there. I think that's right, because they can share the common input. There's going to be a belt of rubber, a belt of plastic, and a pipe of fuel here. So that should be fine. Sorry if that made some noise. Adjusting my headphones. 2, 3, 4, and only 5 for one of these. What am I short on? Pipes. Okay, well, we're not going to put the 5th one down. Unless I miscounted. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, I need to add one more here. That'll be for the 5th plastic maker. It doesn't really matter which side either of these are on, but I figured since this is kind of where I'm coming down at, that I would leave this open here. And some of this stuff's going to get ripped out here, but I'll probably go with too wide. Unfortunately, it isn't lined up perfectly with where I would like it to be, so I don't know exactly how wide I'll leave this at, but it'll work for now. Okay, so now that that's done, we need to figure out how everything's going to connect. Oh no, I'll go get the pipes later, unless we end up needing them for something else. So the crude oil is going to come in here, along with anything. Let's see, this is heavy oil residue. Nope, just crude oil in. So I don't need the splitter here. But I do need to place down, let's switch the pipe tab here, and jump. You need to place down the splitters here. That's a great spot. No, we need to be out one more. That one's going to be my marker. I don't mess this up 3 times. Go. So in fact, this pipe is going to not go as far as it's going. Oh jeez, I almost fell off the edge. Not that it's very far down, but nevertheless. Nope. This one. So it should be... should make a turn. Should be there, although I really should be using these to start with. I think it's 2. 1, 2, 3, and then this one. You can take that pipe out, put it back up to there, and then... Nope. This needs to be like there? Or do I even need... I might not even need that. Let's try. R twice for the vertical pipe. Does that work? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. And it is off by 2, which is... Or it is... The offset is 2, which is good. And that makes that pipe perfectly perpendicular. And then comes down on this side. And again, of course, if I had run the pipe from this one here up to there, it would have stayed low and then gone up. But I wanted it, obviously, to stay high and come down at the end. Okay, so we need to have more junction crosses here. There. I'm going to, since it gives me 2 alignment arrows, I'm going to, or lines, I'm going to do both here. I just noticed it's kind of weird. The belt inputs show the 3 little arrows, but the pipe ones don't. Which is kind of inconsistent. Alright, so I think that's good. I don't feel the need to elevate these pipes at all. They can just go on the base level here. Glub, 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 glub. I'm glad that they put in a little sound effect. That's a nice touch. And then this goes... I'm going to need to be up here for this one. This is where I would like to have a horizontal build mode, where it aligns to a right angle horizontal method. Just like the vertical one aligns to a right angle method. Alright, so that's all of them. I'll set the recipes, but I haven't hooked these up to power yet. Power, of course, will run on the front side. But I don't know why I can't remember which side any of the power connectors are on. That one's already set. Yeah, they're all here. So I need to keep that in mind as I'm placing pipes and whatnots here. And then these are bottling or packaging the water. So they need to bring in both of these pipes, but not completely. So this one needs to continue on. And I need a place to put it. Of course. Because it's got to go into one of these. Whichever one of these it is. This one. These 2, rather, I should say. Making the polyester fabric. But most of the water is actually going to come down here. So we need to be able to handle 2 pipes coming in here. And a belt. For the canisters. I think the canisters are going to end up way up there. That's the one thing I didn't do here before we started. So if fuel goes on this one. Actually, let's go ahead and take this out. And put one in here for fuel. I really only have one more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I really only have one more that I can use for something. And we need to have polyester resin coming through somehow, although that's going to come across here, I think. We need to have the pipe of the... oh, that needs to be here too. The pipe of... Oh, I know where that can be. The heavy oil residue, once it finishes up in this row, it needs to continue on to go over here to make coke. I think I can actually put that up here where the water currently is. The second water pipe currently is. The lower water pipe currently is. And then, of course, we'll have fuel there. So that can come out here. I may need to pump it to get it up here. I don't know. We'll see. But that'll go into there and then get sent over to this guy. So that's that. Yeah, go into there, and then this will be the fuel here. So we still have one more belt that I'm willing to use, which is the third stack pole here. And that one, we have polymer resin, which needs to go across here. We have the fuel, the empty canisters. And we have plastic that needs to come back from over here where it's being made all the way down to there. So that's 3 things. I'm just checking to see what else we might have that needs to be belted. I'm checking my cheat sheet here. I think those are the only 3 things that still need to be belted. So that means that one of them could go here, but the other 2 need to be up there. And I think since the empty containers and the plastic for the empty containers are kind of the, one leads to the other, maybe I'll put those on the top, and I'll put the polymer resin going across. It doesn't actually have to go onto the bus here, but it needs to cross, and I'll cross that at the third stackable height. Oh, geez, I keep hitting that one instead of what I want. Still used to my old toolbar. And that hits the third stackable height here, which is just above the power poles and especially just above the wires. I think that will work. I made it a little bit harder to jump off of these, I think. Or I'm just better at not falling off. So I think that'll work. So let's proceed with that plan. So if that's the case, then the empty water bottle things are going to come in. The empty canisters are going to come in up here, and then they'll have to be elevated down to wherever they go. So the 2 pipes of water need to be probably at 0 here. Let's put this in the right spot. Yeah, see, this is going to be difficult with the way the toolbars work. This goes in here, and it needs to be up quite a bit. So if I go at 0 and at 3 with the water, that means that this needs to be at least level 4. That one is right, yes. Okay, so let's take that there, which means that the water needs to be, let's see. There, I think. Yes. And let's do this one. There. So this needs to be one more higher because it's the pipe's gonna rub up against the bottom of this. But that's fine. That gives me a little more space to work with. These actually, though, I think need to be here to get me started in order for them to have the same angle. Okay, so we have water and water. So this one needs to be... Nope, this here. Although, no, these here. Needs to be here, -2. 2, 3, 4, and then this one. And this pipe is going completely in here. To go over and then into there. Okay, and actually, so these aren't even in the right spot still, because they need to be over here somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Well, maybe it's here. And then we need to have a splitter or junction cross here. Oh boy, getting it into there is going to be fun. Maybe I can do it from the other side easier. Yeah, that's better. Now I want to try and get it as lined up as possible. Lining these things up isn't as easy as the splitters because you can't stack them on top of each other to place them. Which, if I had to do a suggestion, that might be the suggestion I would make. Is to make them be able to be easily found. So if I go here, and it actually looks exactly the way that I wanted it to look, then when it's time to, well, let me think about it. I might actually want it down one more. These are going to use, let's see, packaged water 5.75 divided by 6 just to make them all even. That's 95.8333%. So I'll make them not quite even. I'll make some 96s and some 95s just to smooth it out a little bit. It'll be, what, 195 and 5 96s? Anyways, so, we'll just pretend that these are 60. They're going to be a little bit less than that. It'll be like 57 and a half. Each of these pipes has two, oh, you know what? Moving those up, I messed myself up. I'll have to go fix this stuff out at the water. I need to move that extra stuff onto the correct pipes now that I moved them around. Okay, anyway. Each one of these will have 2, so that's 120 and 120. So 240 each, which is will be just more than 4 refineries worth of water. But 4 refineries, we only have 5.75. So really, also I messed that up apparently. Oh, jeez. Okay. Really, I could just connect one pipe to 4 of them, or really one pipe to 4 of them, and the other pipe to 2 of them, and then the extra water that's on the other pipe would go into there. I think that will work out okay because we really only have 407 and a half water that we need here, and we're bringing in a full 480, I think. So, so I think with all that yammering, that I can just bring this pipe down here onto this level. Which means that this could come down one more, I think now. Which means I have to start from all the way at the bottom because you can't attach them underneath. But I will leave it like that just to be safe. Okay, so we need to have all that for that. And then the last one could be fed in differently. Actually, this one as well. Okay. So, we need to connect all these up, of course. And then here as well. And then this one, because this is the 4th one on that pipe, can just go straight in. Meanwhile, this one why is it not doing the whole vertical thing? Is it because they are... let's try doing this instead. Let's put stackable right here. Kind of... Nope, wrong spot. Kind of staggering. Why don't you like that spot right above your friend there? That's weird. Okay, well, we'll go there, maybe. This will be an experiment here. This will go here. That side, thank you. Not doing the whole vertical turn thing. Maybe it's too short to do that? It might be too short to do that. So in that case, I might actually need to have it up here. Try it without reconnecting all the pipes here. Well, let's try it just with this. You're running into that. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. So we go back out there. And you saw it rubbed up again, so that's why we couldn't do it that way. Go here. And then we can just go straight into there and get rid of this guy entirely. Then we can go into here. And into this one. Okay. So that'll connect all those guys up. I don't think I set any of these recipes, or all of these recipes. Not this one. Package water. I think I did both ends. Water. And this one should be set. Yeah, just no power yet. So I could take this out and put in a regular stackable underneath it. Just so that it doesn't have the pipe connection there. It'd almost be nice if they had a generic one. Like it doesn't connect a belt, it doesn't connect anything. It's just there somehow. I don't know necessarily why, but so it looked a little different or something. I think that looks okay. I mean, it's technically into the pipe splitter, but I don't really want to move it out any further because then that doesn't look as neat. There'd be more space there if I did. Okay, so can I fit now a lift in right here? Oh, I can't. Good thing stuff is free. If I moved this here, this looks super dumb. Yeah, it smushes into that pipe. So that means that I need to bring... that needs to be there, but I need to bring this pipe out a little bit further. Like... maybe even only there. You come here. Then you go there. And then... going the wrong way. Then you can go there. Yes, you can. Okay, so that's basically what I need. So, can this work? That can work. This needs to come out of here now. Out of here now. Does that look completely... kind of. If I took this out, can I just do that? Yes, I can. Okay. Delete that. Or in fact, I could probably do it this way. So there's less pieces to the pipe. No? How about that one? That's better. Okay. I like that idea. That looks good. So we have... let me just make sure. Flush the segment. Yep, okay. It's coming back in. So I just want to make sure that it was going to flow into there properly. And it is. Alright, so that looks good. That's not high enough, but that looks good. So each of these take 60 empty canisters, which is great because that's a Mark 1 belt. Mark 1 lift. And the whole line is 345. Go into there. Oh, I probably should have put all these in before I did all the pipes. That would have probably been the smart thing to do. Which is obviously why I didn't do it. Is that the right spot? Yes, it is. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Of course, I'm not getting a line. Oh, there it is. I was getting a line. Okay, and then the last one here. Now all of a sudden, maybe this is something new with the update. They're not making me force the rotation anymore. We didn't try this last time, last episode. I don't have any comparison, but I don't remember seeing any patch notice today, so that must be a new feature. That's nice, or if it is, because that was annoying. But I also don't remember seeing it. Oh, I aligned it wrong. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Please have aligned it right, Wally. Yes, you did. What? Excuse me. And finally, that one. And then we can just count the belts backwards. So we have Mark 1, because we have basically 60. It's a little less. It's whatever, the 57, 58. Then we need a Mark 2, which is button 6 now. There are 120. And then we have 180. And we have 240. And then we need... $300, and then a Mark 4 lift here that I don't know how high it's going to go, but I'll just put one in there just so we have it, because that's going to be bringing in the 345 that we need. Okay, but that's the empty containers. We have the pipe hooked up for the crude going in, the water's going in, the empty containers are ready to go in. What we need here is full water containers out, eventually the 345, and then we have polymer resin and heavy oil residue. You know what, I could even take the polymer resin out this way and put it onto that line on the bus. I don't see why not. It would be shorter than taking it all the way that way, all the way around, and then coming in. So I think I will. So we need to have the fluid coming out at the at one level, and going that way. The water canisters coming out at a different level, going that way, and then we need to have the polymer resin coming out at a third level and coming out this way. It's easiest, as we've seen already, working with the liquids, for them to be just at the base level here, because you don't have to do any craziness with the pipes, and then you don't have to worry about the belts being in the way. The only potential problem with that is we're eventually going to be jacking up all of that fluid up to this pipe level up here, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 meters, which means that these machines can't put that much pressure on it. So I can't put them, that's another thing, is I can't take it straight out of the machine and into a pipe that's up in the air someplace without messing with myself, because the pipe is... then I'd have to have a pump on every single machine. So I think it makes some logical sense to pipe it down and then elevate it, put a pump on it to get it up to that 15 meters. I said feet before. Up to that 15 meters, and then carry it across and then into all those machines, and have the pipes coming down into the machines over here. Okay, so I said all that. And so this one is actually going to come this direction. Let's go back down to button bar 1. Go here. So, yes, because the polymer resin is going to come out of this here. And it's going to come out onto this bus. So that's going to be on level, level 3 here. And then I think I'll go all the way up to... well, I guess that's not... doesn't need to be. And then we'll elevate it up to... wait a minute. 1, 2... no, it can't be there. Shoot. The reason it can't be where I think it needs to be, or I was just saying it needed to be, is if I'm going to put it on belt 1, 2, 3 here... 1, 2, 3... it has to be no higher than here. And this is also going to mess with that pipe. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Okay. So, I think this will be okay. If the polymer resin comes out on this level, then we go to the belts, or the pipe stuff instead here. Oh, no, it's not going to be okay. Shoot. Okay. Come on, thing. Think it's there. And then merger. I missed. Okay, it's got to completely hide and conceal that pipe thingy. I can do it this way, but what does it look like? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay, so this needs to be all the way up here at 4. Because it needs to just go straight out and into there. Which means that the other one has to be... 2 above it, I think. Because of the way the belts sort of work / look. When these are not stacked, you can see the belt kind of would come through the machine here. Can't really demonstrate it very easily, but... or can I? I had to put additional stack holes here to do it. Do that. Out of the way, Wally. Fire is on the way. And then, if the belt comes out here and goes into the correct stackable pole, didn't build as many as I did, then it kind of goes through the top of the machine, which is not desirable. So that means that these need to be 1 above that even. Okay, so we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Let's get this party started here. 1. Oh, they're still doing the weird turning things a little bit. Not as bad, I don't think. 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I don't know what they're doing. 5, 6. They seem to always want to go this way for some reason now. Yeah. They seem addicted to... oh, this isn't in the right spot anyway. Hope I didn't mess up any of those other ones. I think I saw the lines, whether they be blue or green. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. One goes there. Yeah, that one was right already. And this one is just here. Because there's only 5 refineries making heavy oil residue. Okay. So that looks Taurus. We need to delete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from there. And then 1, 2, 3 from here. 21, 26, 29, 34, 37, 42, 43, and 44, because we already deleted the 45th one. Look at all that. Okay, so now the pipeline here is... Wait a minute. Did I mess myself up? I did. Because the pipeline isn't even supposed to be here. It's supposed to be here. So the belt that's coming out of these could be, I think could be, directly above... Let's test this here. Oh, and you know what else I did? Oh, no, never mind. Okay, good. Oof. Although if I'm right, this is going to completely mess this up. What does that belt look like right there? Does that look horrible? No, that's actually perfect. So I messed myself up completely. So what I'm going to do is redo all of these. And I'm going to put the output of... I'm going to move this, first of all, over here. Because this is where it should be. Not where I have it. Because it is coming out of this machine. It's this stuff here, and it's going that way. The other stuff that comes out of this machine comes out here, so it could be at this level. It could be at, except that I put it in the wrong spot. It could be at level 2. And then it can be brought up to easily enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It could be easily brought up to here. That is lined up correctly. So, given that, I think I will move these all down by 2, which means I have to rebuild the whole thing. But that is something that can be saved for, or that I can do off camera, and then you guys can join me again in the next episode where we work on whatever the next thing is. So I think I'll do that. I'll also hook up the belts to them and the pipes throughout here, and then we'll be ready to hook them up onto the small bus on the end down there, and hook this stuff onto this bus here, and then move on to hooking up the next row of refineries, which is the, whatever that is, diluted packaged fuel. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.